Good morning, mirror people. So I was going to do a short until I woke up. I just woke up a few minutes ago, and I guess after the video I made last night, everybody in the woodwork came out assisting me with marketing and strategies and all that stuff. So I just want to tell you that you see this X, and that says Generation X, established in 1969 when I was born. So I'm Generation X, and those Generation X's, I know that you're here with me. So I first want to disclose a couple things. So I think it's funny that a gentleman privately DM'd me and said that he is one of only people in this world that can solve PTSD. And I immediately thought, wow, maybe Jesus Christ himself had seen my message last night and reached out from the heavens and sent me a message. So it was funny because I responded back to him and said, good morning, Jesus Christ, or God, or whoever you identify yourself as. It doesn't matter what therapy or whatever you've gone through. Them demons ain't gonna go away. Okay? So, I want you, before I even say anything about myself, I want you to put yourself, and hopefully first responders or people who deal with this situation every day in a hospital, because I didn't realize it until I was a courier. Okay, some of these people, they don't have nobody to go home to. Like, they go home to their pets and stuff like that. So after they deliver the news to some family that, sorry, we couldn't save them, or they passed away. What the hell you think goes through you already know what's going through the family, but what the hell is going through the person that just had to go tell them this, And I'm sure some of them are used to it now, they just block it back, but there is no cure to that. If you're in that profession, and if you're out unaliving people professionally in the military, I don't think there's a cure to that either. But back then when I served, there was no, you came off the battlefield and they put you in, sat you down with therapists and shit. They just pat you on the back and told you, good job, man. You unalived a bunch of people, and that's the mission. So for you to come on here and tell me that there's a cure to PTSD is like saying there's a cure to cancer. Because what I want you to do is I want you to jump on an airplane along with all the other people who think that they can cure PTSD, and then tell someone real important out there, and then let's watch your airplane crash somewhere in Brazil or something. Because I'm telling you, you've had people come out with different ways of technology for water cars. They're no longer here. People for the cure of cancer. They're no longer here. And now this guy is coming out and saying there's a cure to PTSD. Well, let me tell you what some of y'all are not seeing because you're not buying my book. I came back from my 5th combat tour and knew that I wasn't going to get promoted to Master Sergeant. Sat down with my ex-wife, was my fiance, psych nurse, referred myself to mental health at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. They did numerous background investigations on soldiers coming off the battlefield. Did you know some of these soldiers that you're not hearing stories about will come off the battlefield and get no therapy or anything and unalive their families thinking that they were the enemy in their sleep? They're not telling you that shit. Go read that shit in a book somewhere. So luckily they scooped me up and put me in an inpatient, outpatient unit, psych unit. So yeah, I'm disclosing that because that's in my book. And some of y'all think my book's a fucking joke. Yeah, why don't you go read it? Alright? So, yeah, for a year I was going through therapy training sessions in uniform. As I watched people all over the Walter Reed Army Medical Center all fucking blown up. You can't tell me people that don't have arms and legs or missing eyeballs and shit don't have PTSD. But I'll tell you what, some of those people, they just wanted to get the hell out of there. They wanted to get the hell out of there and start their life. So, PTSD is a hidden demon, okay? Mental health is a hidden demon. You can be the most beautiful girl in the world and find out that nobody wants to be with her. She complains, why does nobody want to be with me? Bitch, because you're toxic. And just like me, guy, you're toxic. You talk to your family like shit. You talk to people like shit. You're not physically abusing people. You're mentally manipulating people. And that's what goes through people's minds. Okay? So if you have PTSD, I'm sorry that you have it. And I believe that everybody has some type of trauma. And even if you're not born yet, eventually when you're born, you will come upon some type of trauma. And for this guy to come on and say, send me some spiritual shit. I mean, I believe in Jesus and God and all that, but man, all you people out there that believe in Jesus and God, right? You know there's going to be a time where you're going to come meet your maker and your family members who have passed away. And you go to church every day and you pray and you raise your hands and you love God and you pray to rocks and all that other shit and say that you have to go to church to be a Christian. Whatever. So why don't you sit down and tell people that, you know, you pray to God or you pray to the devil or whatever, and then your fucking family members die unexpectedly. And then who do you blame it on? You blame it on God. You blame it on God. What did you do? Why did you take my loved one from me? I've been doing faithfully to you. Well, their fucking number was up, people. Alright? God doesn't control that. So, for you to come on my DM and tell me that you are the healer of PTSD, dude, you are a fucking joke. I want you to tell that shit to Gold Star mothers. I want you to tell that to family members who lost their children in combat. I want you to tell that to people who lost their child during childbirth. That all you got to do is sit down and talk to a therapist. Or all you got to do is go to the Bahamas and look at the clear water and you'll be healed. The fucking demons will always be embedded. Embedded. I don't care what kind of therapy. I don't care how much you pay for therapy. They're jokers. It's called coping mechanisms. You can push the demons away, but they'll always be there. If you don't believe me, I'm living proof. Go read both of my books. I'm not telling you to go buy them. You can go on Kindle and sample them. I really think now, after listening to the audio piece last night here in my RV, that the first book is really resonating with me, because like when you hear something audio, like reading back to you, it wasn't my voice, it was computer off Adobe, but you definitely be like, damn, I wrote that? I wrote those stories when I was a private? Holy shit. And now listening to my new book, you know, because I listened to it quite a few times. I never read it. Never read it. Just had AI go through it after people edited it and stuff, and you know, it telling me that it wanted to correct this and that, but I wasn't into that. But good luck on curing your PTSD there, whoever is out there saying that they're God, because they sent me this scripture and saying with Christ everything is possible. No, it's not. No, it's not. Triggers. I don't care. You don't have to disclose that you have a mental illness, but I'll tell you what, eventually it's going to come out. And if you physically take it out on somebody and you don't tell anybody, you're going to get caught. And then your ass is going to be in jail. And then you're going to look back when you're behind bars looking out or getting plowed. Why didn't I tell anyone I had a problem? I don't like trolls. I don't like drones flying around my profile. And I damn sure don't like subject matter experts trying to tell me that they have a cure to this and that. Until then, I am the voice of the voiceless.